Hey, gods and goddesses. I always say, please do not be out here calling yourself a Pisces sun if you haven't looked at the rest of your birth chart. The sun is who we are when we're lit up from the inside out. So if you're going to rep your sun sign of Pisces, at least know what it really means. The sun is the sovereign light within. This is the internal self that goes beyond personality. Though it does describe different characteristic codes that we hold within us and also traits that we hold within us as well. And, it represents this core essence of who we are becoming in this lifetime. This is the radiant intelligence that shapes and guides and contributes to your evolution. And the sun can be seen as ego, it can be seen as confidence, it can be seen as your will, your career, in describing the sun in astrology, but it is where you're asked to fully express, fully awaken your divine mentality, and to fully stand in your creative power. It is the heartbeat of your purpose and illuminates the path of your life, bringing it to alignment with this greater design. It is the divine center of your being, the radiant source of your life energy and where it actually flows from. It represents a part of you that becomes conscious or that is becoming conscious, and not just about who you are, but who you are meant to become. The sun is your sacred mission encoded in light, and it shines in your chart like the heart of a star, guiding you to live with intention, purpose, presence, noble awareness, self-realization, integrity. And this is the inner flame that never actually dims, even when we are overwhelmed by emotion, confusion, fear. There's still a spark within us, and it speaks to our noble path. It speaks to our self, the self center. It speaks to self realization, self understanding. And this is the journey that really helps us learn to wield our personal will and the act of serving our soul. And the sun, it carries this intelligence about vitality, where you must lead, where you must awaken, where you must create, where you must contribute to this unique frequency of this world. And to follow the path of the sun is to honor your divine timing of your becoming. It is the lifelong journey of your higher nature unfolding, your creative essence, your sacred presence. And the sun reveals a different facet in different parts of our life. There's a different lesson of how we embody the truth, how we act with integrity, how we act with confidence, and walking in your path of fire. This is your spirit. This is the light that is within your eyes. To have your sun in Pisces is to carry the zodiac's gentle, flowing waters. This is a soul that is deeply attuned to the unseen realms of emotion, intuition, spirituality. You have arrived with the heart that is wide open to beauty, the beauty of the world, but also to the suffering of the world. And you're ready to dissolve these boundaries and merge with the collective consciousness. You are the dreamer, you are the healer, you are the mystic, you are waving compassion in every breath. Your relationship to your father figure or masculine figures in general could be this. It feels very ethereal, it could feel very elusive even. You may have viewed your father as a protector, but also this distant figure, even when it comes to having this mystical presence about him. Sometimes, or when you feel like, it's like someone who either nurtured your imagination, and sometimes you can feel like they have left these emotional gaps that have fueled your longing from connections. And this could be any masculine figure in your life. This can be your father. This dynamic definitely influenced Pisces Suns sensitivity and their richness when it comes to their inner world. When it comes to family and authority, they value this emotional bond and the spiritual connection above rules for structure. They often seek to harmonize and heal family wounds, and sometimes this can, cost them their own needs. or valuing their own needs or seeing their own needs. This sometimes can lead to them absorbing other people's pain and absorbing other people's karma, because boundaries can be really blurry for a Pisces sun, and they can prioritize compassion and understanding, over what's logical or what's demanding. When Pisces suns are in love, they are tender, they're romantic, they are self sacrificing, they give love freely and deeply, and they often are putting their partners before their own needs. They crave emotional intimacy, and they have this need for spiritual connections, but sometimes they may struggle with boundaries and self protection. Their greatest strength is empathy. Their greatest strength is intuition, creativity, and unconditional love. Their challenge can include this oversensitivity, even lines of escapism. They can have difficulty facing these harsh realities. When Pisces suns are in friendships, even at work, they're very loyal, they're very gentle, and they can be souls who inspire others from their kindness, from their vision. And they thrive in roles that allow them to heal, that allow them to experience spiritual growth, that allows them to be creative. Emotionally, they need to feel accepted. They need to feel this unconditional love. Their greatest fear is abandonment, is suffering. And when they learn to balance this with compassion, they can make and they can really instill these healthy boundaries, and they become this beacon of light, and they also are set the tone for the healing of the world. And honestly, the Pisces sun and Pisces, they came here to dream the world awake. Pisces suns, they carry the memory of the soul before separation. They can remember the beginning of the world when everything was in oneness, where art and love and suffering and spirits were all one. They have incarnated to feel what others can't, and to surrender and to trust and to heal through compassion. Their life is not just their own. They have lived many lives, and they know deep inside that this is not the first time that they have been here. And they could have lived many lives, even in this one life. They are the explorer of dimensions, and their gift is, helping others return back to their source and return back to their divinity. If this video was helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.